So 21 runners away. You've got Connor Latoof of Queensland. Great to see another Queenslander down. Jesse Dunsmore of Frankston. Tim Bryan of Collingwood. Steve Deneen of Box Hill. I don't think we're going to see a slow race here. They're running for times tonight. Johnny Earl of Melbourne University. Matt Gunther of Deakin. Tom McFarlane, Glenn Huntley. Caden Murray, Diamond Valley. Isaac Bibbley, Box Hill. Michael Tossin, Mentone. Patrick Stowe of Albury. Brett Ellis, Williamstown. William Collins, Knox. Jonathan Squire, Melbourne Uni. Ethan McMenemy, Western Athletics. Max Saville Bentley of Yarra Rangers. Isaac Holberton, Melbourne Uni. Luca DeConza, St Kevin's. Bevan Doze, Frankston. Brandon Muscat, Western Athletics. Looks to be second out in the course at the moment. And Samuel Rattray of Box Hill. So a field of 21. This men's B, 5,000 metres. I heard some whispers pre-race, and 14:30 was a couple of the boys were looking for. It is certainly a perfect night to hit that sort of time. A little bit of chill in the air now, but there is not a breath of wind here at Box Hill. Absolutely superb conditions. And Max Seville Bentley has decided the conditions are perfect and he's gone straight to the front. So Max Seville Bentley it is out in front. That looks to be Brett Ellis next through. Caden Murray. Patrick Stowe, sorry it is, through next from Albury. And just like his brother earlier, Nick Earl sits at the back of the group. Sorry, Johnny Earl sits at the back of the group like his brother Johnny before. They go past the on marquee. For those that are still there on the back straight, make sure you go and check out all the on gear tonight. Sample a pair of their new Cloud shoes or check out the new apparel range. A wonderful partnership On and Athletics Victoria now have. So the field's strung out. It's going to tell you it's going to be quick. So if they do want to go for that 14:30 that I heard a few of the lads talking about, we're going to need something in the 250s here for the first kilometre. And it will be just over that, I reckon. So they're on track to go mid-14s tonight. So 2:57 it was, so 14:45 pace. So 14:45 pace, no doubt they can kick down off that tempo. Not a problem at all for these men to kick down to get that. Not a problem at all for these men to kick down to get that sort of 14:30 type time. Saville Bentley was up there, Ellis was there. I think that's Bibbley next. Caden Murray of Diamond Valley, one of the tall figures amongst the lead group. Will Collins of Knox. And also Connor Latoof, the Queenslander, right in amongst them. So we've seen some big kickdowns tonight. Last kilometres run fast, the fastest Ks of their races so far. These boys will be hoping something stays similar. If we can keep running around these mid 250 Ks and then finish with a really fast last 1K, 14:30, something is on the cards. Patrick Stowe's the one that sits in behind Saville Bentley. Bibbley next, Ellis, Collins. That looks to be Dunsmore now moving up to that group. And at the back of the group there, it looks to be Gunther and DeConza. And then we've got 3 Melbourne Uni athletes going past me now with Steve Deneen. He's been busy coaching all evening, now he's on the track himself. So Steve Deneen, Box Hill man, done so much work here at this track, coaching plenty of talented athletes. Here he's trotting around 12.5 laps himself this evening. Hopefully, as we get through this men's 5K, we'll have a chance to chat to Sarah Billings, our winner of the ladies 5K. We chatted to Lockie Hurd earlier. Gave us some of his plans for what is going on for the summer. His plan is to have a crack at maybe the 2K relay for Bathurst next year. Last year's Victorian 5K champion Tom Thorpe doing a lot of work in coordinating that event in Bathurst next year, February 16 to 18. As I see Sarah Billings roll across to me now, we might have a quick chat as the men go through 1.8K. So 2 packs now clearly split up. Johnny Earl with Steve Deneen at the back of this second group, but our front group still being led by Saville Bentley, and Jesse Dunsmore's now joined him at the front. So the pace is going to be bang on. I reckon we're going to go through in about 5:55. So 5:55 still keeps us in that 14:40 mid-range. All right, I'm going to join now here by Sarah Billings. Sarah, 5K, is that your first open title or do you have an 800 metre title before this?
First open one.
So first open title. Who would have thought that 8 years ago, the Townsville All-Schools 24-second 200 metre runner might be winning a 5,000 metres at the same track she grew up training on?
Yeah, first 5K as well, I've done.
First 5K you've ever done. There's a few of those. Rachel McGuinness in bronze is her first 5K. But yeah, if you go back and think about your junior career, how do you ever think, I know you're a very talented cross-country runner, but you really think you would be running 5Ks and winning your first open title over this distance?
No way. I would never expect to be running 12 and a half laps.
But do you enjoy it now? You've obviously stepped up. You've been with Nick and the MTC crew now for a while. Went there as an 800 metre runner and now running 5. Are you enjoying the longer distance?
Yeah, it's good. I think I'll drop back down to the 8s and 15s now. But yeah, it was a good chance to have a crack at it. And when I heard it was at Box Hill, I was like, definitely give it a go.
So what have you learned as you've obviously increased your volume over these years? What have you learnt yourself as an athlete? You're now balancing work life with athletics. Are you still enjoying it the same you were as a junior?
Definitely, yeah. If not more, just like because you do have to do work and all the other stuff. So it's a good kind of outlet for that, yeah.
So what is life balance these days? What does a week look like? Are you working full-time and running? What does a normal work look like for Sarah Billings?
Nah, so just working part-time, so about 20 to 23 hours a week in an office, and then coaching as well.
Amazing. So where do we see the next talent young crop coming through? What sort of athletes are you coaching at the moment?
Mainly rec runners, so lots ran the Melbourne Marathon a few weeks ago, and I have a lot doing the half marathon in December as well. So yeah, it's a really good community to be a part of, and yeah, I really enjoy it.
So what's the next race? Is there something at the, you're going to go to the Albie Thomas Mile as well, or are you going to hit the something at the Zatopek in Melbourne?
I think Zatopek, something at Zatopek. Haven't spoken to Nick yet, but yeah.
Fantastic, Sarah. Well, congratulations, your first 5,000 metre title, your first open title of any sort. Congratulations, Sarah Billings.
Thanks, Nick.
Thanks, Sarah. So the race is now really hotting up here. We'll tell you what happens. They're going to come through next time through, and it'll be 3K. So what a story that was. Sarah Billings, her first ever 5,000 metres. She chose to do it at her home track. She won a gold medal and a Victorian Open title. I could have bet anything against years ago that her first title would be over 5K. 400, 800, 1,500 possibly, but 5K, 12 and a half laps and she takes the title. Will Collins moves to lead. He's decided the pace needs to come on. So 8:48 for Will Collins. Dunsmore's with him. Latouf, the Queenslander, and Albury athlete also, and Patrick Stowe. Caden Murray goes past me next here. Then we've got our Melbourne Uni duo moving through good here. You've got Holberton, Earl, Squire. You've got Tim Bryant and Steve Deneen ringing out the field. They're about 150 metres off our leaders. And it's Will Collins setting a wonderful tempo for this group. So 8:48 through 3K. It's a really good base to set a fast race off tonight. The only one that wants to match him at the moment is Patrick Stowe. Dunsmore's in third. The Queenslander Latouf is next. And behind them it looks to be McMinamy, it is. So Will Collins, he's got 1 mile remaining. 9:57, 1 mile to go. Latooth goes through next. McMinamy. Muscat, his teammate. The early leader there, Saville Bentley. Gunther, DeConza. Brett Ellis in that group. Bibelet just working off the trailing off the back of that group now with a bit of work to do. Murray. But out in front to race in two. Will Collins. If I'm not mistaken, done plenty of work in his time on the AFL umpiring field. Hot on his heels, it is the Albury athlete, Patrick Stowe. Patrick came in, one of the names that I heard tonight was looking to go around that 14:30. Will Collins might just drag him through somewhere near that. So Collins and Stowe have cleared away. Not a championship here, this is all about PBs. And Box Hill is the home of PBs. So Collins still looks good with 1200. Stowe with him. Jesse Dunsmore looking nice there. McMinamy and Latooth go through next. Then we also have Muscat, Gunther, DeConza. DeConza's moved his way through the pack really nicely. Sam Rattray goes past me now. Bevan Doze, Isaac Bibelet. Isaac Holberton with a nice second half to his 5K. He's moved away from that back park. Holberton showing you can negative split these 5Ks and run big PBs. So out in front still it is Collins. They went through in about 11:43, I think it was. So it was a 2:55 for that 4th K thereabouts. 2 laps to go. Collins looks terrific. Stowe looks ready to stalk at any stage. 12:16, 2 laps to go. 14:30's on the cards. Dunsmore's next. McMinamy, he's got dangerous speed also. Latooth. The Deakin athlete, the tall figure there now goes past. Gunther, DeConza outside him. Muscat, Saville Bentley, Ellis. Haven't called Tossin at all right as we go right through. McFarlane next, Rattray, Doze, Holberton. 600 to go. We have a new leader on the course. Patrick Stowe goes to the front. Will Collins. Collins is not going to let him go past. Collins is going to hang on. 500 metres. It's going to need to be a really big last 500 here to go 14:30. Can they do it? Collins is in for a big PB. Stowe's pulling away. He wants the win. They'll get the bell and they'll need something in the 60 seconds. It'll need to be a 67 last lap for Patrick Stowe. Will Collins needs 66 to come home in that 14:30. Dunsmore's been consistent right through. McMinamy. The Queenslander in Latooth. He's going to be right on his PB with a big strong last lap. DeConza, Gunther, Saville Bentley, Muscat. Ellis. Tossin. Holberton is flying through this pack. Holberton's second half has been flying. I know it's back in the field, but it looks terrific. 200 to go. 14:30 is going to be right on it. It's going to be right on it here. Can we get Patrick Stowe home for 14:30? Let's make a little bit of noise at Box Hill, ladies and gentlemen. Patrick Stowe, 120 remain. It's going to be really tight. He's going to finish strong. Patrick Stowe's won this by a long way. Can he hit that 14:30 on the clock? He has a look. He pulls the gap out to 40 metres. He will go 14:30. He'll go 14:28. And Patrick Stowe takes the win in the B grade. Will Collins gets a personal best in second. McMinamy with a big finish. Ethan through next. Latooth's going to come down and equal his seed time. Dunsmore, DeConza, Gunther. I called Holberton's second half was eye-catching. Saville Bentley, Doze, Muscat, Ellis, Tossin, they all go sub 15. McFarlane just a tick over. Rattray at 15.04. Nice strong finish from Bryant, 15.10. Johnny Earl through next with Caden Murray. Steve Deneen, he's done many laps here at this track. There's another 12.5 to add to the collection. Jonathan Squire of Melbourne Uni and Isaac Bibble round out the men's B race. That's event 7. One race to go of the evening, but Patrick Stowe with a very, very strong win there. It was a 50-metre margin he put on them in the last 500.
He pulls the gap
Will
out to
Collins
40
will be
metres.
happy in second. I reckon that's a personal best. And we've seen plenty of great racing again here at Box Hill. In partnership, the Victorian Championships with On.